covering the villages for you. Here's Jill Winters and the VNN Lifestyle News Team.
Churches are preparing for Easter services, plus a riding club highlights a successful local partnership. Sunday is Easter, one of 3 of the busiest attended days of the year for church services. Along with Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, Easter is one of the most well-attended church services on the Christian calendar. More than a dozen local church campuses in and around the villages will begin the day with special sunrise worship outside the church's walls. Hope Lutheran Church Reverend John Mark McLean says instead of them turning on the lights in the church during the service, why not let God turn on the lights for them in the sunrise? Hope Lutheran will hold sunrise worship at all 3 of its campuses 6 a.m. Sunday. He says they are encouraging their congregants to bring friends and family to experience Easter worship at all of their campuses. St. George Episcopal will host a sunrise worship at 6:30 a.m. Easter near the church's bell tower, while New Covenant United Methodist Church will gather in its east parking lot at 7 a.m. Family members of a few former area students are working hard to keep their memories and legacies alive. Shortly after graduation from Wildwood Middle High School in May 2021, Omari Tyrese Jackson died. In his honor, his mom Beulah is raising money for the Heart of Mari Memorial Scholarship. Beulah says in her son's 18 years, he lived his life to the fullest. He had an impact on people and he had a big heart. She hopes to raise enough for at least 2 $500 scholarships for Wildwood Middle High School seniors by April 15th. This is one of the ways she is keeping Omari's memory alive. The family of Joseph Machado formed the Joseph Anthony Machado Foundation in his honor after the 18-year-old died shortly after graduation in 2019. In 2020, the family presented its first scholarships to 2 senior football players and an additional scholarship to a student who exemplified cultural responsiveness in everyday life. Joseph's sister Taylor says the family will do whatever it takes to keep Joe's name and legacy alive. And the KLT Foundation was formed in recognition of Catherine Lee Thurgoland, who died at the age of 18 in October 2020. The foundation awards a $2,500 scholarship to a student from VHS in its renewable up to the 4th academic year. Catherine's sister Elizabeth says it feels good to be able to connect with and honor the achievements of outstanding students, as the students are representatives of the foundation and what they stand for. One of the biggest events on a high school calendar is prom. On March 25th, the village's high school hosted prom at Savannah Center. Students and the more than 200 seniors in the VHS class of 2023 celebrated the school year winding down. During the same week, seniors also received their cap and gown orders in anticipation of graduation, which is May 20th at the H.G. Morse Range. This will be the last graduation held at the high school's current location, as next year VHS will relocate to a new Middleton campus. After this short break, local writers share their work with the public, so stay with us.
You're here to have fun, lots of fun. We're Lake Nutrition Center, your health food store. We offer vitamins, supplements, immune boosters, gluten-free and plant-based options that will support your health. We're here to help you feel better, sleep better, manage your stress of those pickleball tournaments, navigate the traffic circles, and help you with your golf game. We look forward to meeting you and helping you stay healthy and have more fun.
Plaza Cadillac of Leesburg has restocked with our best selection in years, available now. Choose from our award-winning lineup of sedans, crossovers, and SUVs, and reward yourself with the Cadillac you've always dreamed of.
Lease a new CT4 from just $409 per month, or enjoy purchase rates as low as 3.19%.
Visit us today and enjoy our transparent pricing and friendly service. At Plaza Cadillac, our drive to be the best starts with you. Highway 441 across from the Leesburg Airport.
Back in April 2021, the Writers League of the Villages started a pilot program in partnership with Barnes & Noble. At the time, the work of 4 local authors was displayed in the bookstore. The results have led to 12 authors now being featured per quarter.
So far, 100 authors have had an opportunity to be featured, and we've sold over 400 books. So, in the past 2 years. So it's been fun, and it's also been an exciting time for the club. I have a list of the authors that we've had in the club that have books, and we've just kind of worked through the list. And now, as more new members join, we just continue to add to the list. And what we're going to do, we're in a position now where we can start inviting people back. Nobody had been in the store twice because we had a lot of authors to work through.
The club is doing really well, and it's a great place for people to come and really follow their dreams. People dream about, someday I'm going to write that book. Now this is someday. This is the day that happens. And then to get it here at Barnes & Noble, that's a dream. And the club helps people tell their story. It's one of the things we find really gratifying about it. And not just their life story, plots they've had, ideas they've had. They reach this stage of their life, and it's something that they've never had a chance to do before.
This is my latest book, which I'm really excited about. It's a domestic thriller. It's done really well, and I'm excited about it. It came out in October, so this is my latest. So it's something that I'm pretty proud of. And in general, our members are pretty excited to have their books in a store with the, prestige of a Barnes & Noble.
This is a chance to really tell your life story. And here's 107 poems that really talk about the life that we have here in the Villages and what that's like. And basically, it's people who see the future still as full of opportunities and excitement and adventures. If you can do that in your 60s, 70s, 80s, and beyond, that's the great life that people come here for. Don't give up on your dream of becoming an author.
The Writers League of the Villages is having a kickoff event featuring a new series of authors, 2 p.m. Saturday at Barnes & Noble. 7 authors from the original April 2021 group have been invited back to display their books alongside 5 new authors. This club currently has about 290 members. They meet at 9 a.m. on the second Wednesday of each month at Laurel Manor Recreation.
Here's your VNN 5-day weather.
From the WVLG Weather Center, here is the VNN Weather Recap. Temperatures this week are going to be in the mid to high 90s with overnight lows in the mid 60s. Partly sunny days ahead. Tuesday's high is going to be 92, Wednesday looking at 93, and then Thursday 92 and sunny.
Thanks, Chris. We're going to start a new weekly segment featuring the Village's Director of Recreation and Parks, John Rohan. He has insight into what residents can look forward to in the days ahead.
WVLG Chicago, Saturday in the park. It's Monday morning. It's coming up on 7:20, and that can only mean one thing. Rohan. With the Parks and Rec Report, the Director of Parks and Recreation in the Villages, John Rohan.
Good morning, both of you.
See the way I like to bring you out on stage.
I love it, Jack Everett. And happy Monday to everybody.
Happy Monday.
Well, first off, happy Easter, and Passover's coming up this week. We got a really sold out Easter Camp Villages week. It's extremely popular, events planned all week long. And then boat rides will be taking place. So you have family and friends in town. There's so much to do during Easter week and Passover, so make sure you take advantage of that. The big one, though, is going to be Saturday morning at Spanish Springs Town Square, which is our third and final running of the squares at 8 a.m. So we have a great turnout for that. If you pre-registered, you can get your packet, your pre-registration packet and everything Friday morning from 8:30 to 4 at La Hacienda Center. So, we do 3 runnings at the square. We start off at Brownwood, and then we do Lake Sumter, and then we finish up. It's been traditionally on Easter weekend at Spanish Springs. And it's such a great race. There's times we have 3 generations of family participating in the 5K. So It's really, really a cool event. Come one, come all. If you want to register the morning of, registration will start at 7 o'clock in the morning. So we'll get you set up there. But it's a great route. Town of Lady Lake, law enforcement works with our special event staff, and we'll probably have close to anywhere from 600 to 800 runners and walkers. So you can walk it if you would like to. But we got some great speed demons that'll be out there really smoking up that course. But so if you live in that area, guess what will be happening?
Got some closure.
Thank you. Yes. There'll be some closures, and our folks will be out there directing traffic. Usually we get in and out of there by 10 o'clock. So that's
not bad at all.
So there'll be some redirections, some detours of folks, but great race. I think we're gonna have some good weather for it, so make sure people show up for that. And then a T registration has taken off like gangbusters. So T is the Richmond Academy. So if you'd like to register for any of the T classes, you can go to the T website and look at the catalog. You can stop by any of the recreation centers and pick up a catalog. It's a very, very popular program. And so we're geared up. Summer is right around the corner. We're planning for that. April socials just came out, the social calendar. It's kind of like a special event calendar of lifestyle events for people to try the onesie, so to speak, to get out there and get some experience in either an outdoor activity or an indoor activity, run from passive to active. So registration is taking place for that. So we are full steam ahead.
Yes.
It's hard to believe it's in the second week in April.
Yeah, coming up, pretty before you know it. You know, there's new villagers that are just moving in down here. They may have company coming in for Easter. Can they get their guest passes to these things, like to different areas? Can they get those now, or do you have to wait?
Great, Jack, and great. Yes, please, the sooner the better to get your guest ID cards. That's a wonderful suggestion, because you can put a window of time on there. You know,
oh, okay.
They may get delayed coming in, or they may come in a little early and surprise you. You know how we love surprises by our family showing up, before you expect them.
Yeah.
So please put yourself a window of time, because it allows that flexibility in there. You may use a couple of the days. You may use all the days that they're going to be there. But yeah, that's a great reminder. Thank you. Yes, if you're going to have guests coming in here using the pools and the recreational amenity areas and the golf courses, make sure you have your guest IDs and your photo ID. And make sure to familiarize yourself, if you're new to the community, what the ages are for some of our amenities. It's not a one-size-fits-all. The adult pools are 30 years of age and above. Basically, you have to have a sponsoring resident or adult guest if you're under 19. So that's kind of the rule of thumb.
Gotcha.
But if you go to a recreation center, staff will be glad to help you. All that information, of course, is on our District Gov website, that you can look that all up. It's in the Rec and Parks publication. But yeah, no, very, very good stewardship information there, because we want to make sure people know the expectations when they're coming to use the amenities and the facilities, because they do vary in what those age requirements are. Great to be on the radio every Monday with the two wonderful people, and we'll do it again next week.
Yes, sir.
Right. Awesome.
Do it again. There he goes, Director of Recreation and Parks, John Rohan.
A well-known entertainer performed at the Sharon on Saturday. Tony Award winner Bernadette Peters brought her bubbly personality and artistic flair to this community. She has had a long and varied career between Broadway musicals, television appearances, concerts, and recordings, on the way to earning Drama Desk Awards, Golden Globe Awards, Grammy Awards, and more. Bernadette performed songs from shows like Follies, Hello Dolly, and A Little Night Music. Bernadette told the audience they were remarkable, and she was so glad she came. Village of Pennycamp resident Tina Powers was in the audience. She describes Bernadette as so multi-talented and thinks it's great that the villages can bring talent of this sort to this community. For more on this performance, take a look at Monday's Daily Sun. Up next, a new bowling champion is crowned. We'll be right back.
I'm going to need a pound of bologna, a half pound of Swiss, and a hearing aid special.
One moment.
This is programmable, right?
What am I, a doctor?
Why buy a hearing aid where you buy your groceries?
Our doctors of audiology and licensed hearing aid specialists do one thing and one thing only: hearing aids.
You don't have to go to a big box store to get an inexpensive hearing aid.
We fit only the world's best hearing aids at the lowest prices anywhere. We guarantee it.
Call today and try any hearing aid absolutely free. Visit EliteHearingCenters.com.
Broadcasting and streaming live from Lake Sumter Landing in a small building with big windows near the water. AM 640, 102.7 and 104.5 FM. Your soundtrack to the Villages. WVLG Wildwood.
The 2023 Properties of the Villages Real Results Scratch Knockout Tournament has crowned a new champion. After a couple of months of bowling, the original field of 64 Villages bowlers came down to the Elite 8 inside Fiesta Bowl on Sunday. All of those remaining were seeking to be named a first-time winner of this annual event, where a Villages bowler of at least age 50 and older is sponsored by a Properties of the Villages sales agent. In the final three-game head-to-head matches, Jerry Cray was in a tight battle against Dick Stone, and Jerry earned the win. Kenny Ray and Gary Faulkner were throwing rockets at the pocket as Kenny Ray got the win 718 to 673. On the right side of the tournament bracket, Gary Tobert jumped out to an early advantage over the only lefty remaining, Don Winstead. But Don rolled a 278 in Game 2 and held on for a 19-pin victory. Tommy Kress had a 33-pin lead over Tim Gilbert heading into that final game, and Tommy posted a perfect 300 game and a 780 series to advance.
And I believe everybody feeds off each other. So once you get in strike, it says, well, you know, I got a lot of people here, and it'd be nice to some people. Like I said, a lady come up to me and says, I'm so glad because I never saw a 300 game. You know, it's always nice when you get one, but it's kind of neat to do it in the semis of the tournament with so many people watching. When I'm looking at it, it's just one of those things that you hear some people once in a while, you're in the zone, and I just felt that today. Boy, it's nice to have it because, you know, bowling secular, you know, it comes and it goes, and like I said, it feels pretty good wondering as you get up in age and you're thinking, can I still compete? And obviously today was my day.
The remaining one-game matches saw Jerry Cray defeat Kenny Ray 247 to 234 and Tommy Kress over Don Winstead 232 to 192 to set up the championship match between Jerry and Tommy. And the consolation featured Don against Kenny. Kenny rolled a 222 over Don's 179 to earn a third-place finish. In the championship, Tommy stayed hot, striking in all but one frame for the 279 to 198 win.
But to get to beat some of the people that I did that are just friends and great bowlers, you know, you need a break every now and then. You got to have things go your way, and today was my day. I just had really good timing today, and I think it was kind of in the cards today because I just threw a lot of good shots, and it felt good. But I had this Hammer Obsession Tour Pearl, it's called, and I started with it, and I never had to change because what happens was we went to different pairs, so they were fresh. So it's kind of like I had the same look on. I had the same look on all of the pairs, and gosh, the ball just read the lane really well, and I think I made the right ball choice. We don't always make the right ball choice.
Without the realtors and Real Results employees, it would be, you know, we wouldn't have it to begin with. But when they get behind it and they show up and they're giving the bowlers bags of stuff, gifts and everything, and rooting for them, it's crazy. And a lot of them are bowlers. They just get in this thing, they put their own money up. Without that, we wouldn't be able to have the tournament. I mean, the best bowlers in the Villages are in this tournament. And it doesn't always work out like it did today, but I thought Tommy bowled fantastic. He should have won, and he did.
Tommy Kress averaged 258 over his 5 games Sunday and can now call himself a Properties of the Villages champ. The Villages High School's second all-time leading scorer on the boys basketball team just earned another honor. Sam Walters, who will attend and play basketball for the University of Alabama in the fall, was named the Florida Dairy Farmers Class 4A Player of the Year after averaging 23 points and 9.9 rebounds per game. He is the first VHS athlete to earn the prestigious honor, which selects one standout player from each of the Florida's 7 basketball classifications. Sam led the Villages to their first state championship game last month after capturing the program's 5th straight district crown and 3rd regional title ever. He had double-digit points in 29 of his final 31 games wearing a Buffalo jersey, along with 15 double-doubles this season. When it comes to throwing the javelin, Wildwood Middle High School's track and field team is filled with talent. Between sophomores Taylor Kyler, Judson Nichols, and Emery Strickland is junior Armand Grable. Early on, Armand thought he was not good at javelin, and his throwing coach, Don Winters, told him he is. He just happens to have the best throwers in the state on his team. The Wildcats hold 4 of the top 24 marks in the Class 1A this spring and 4 of the top 6 in District 7 based on reported distances on athletic.net. Judson says he couldn't ask for any better teammates. Taylor says there is all of this competition between them as they push each other, and he sees it as team bonding. Emery's twin sister Emma was the first to take up javelin and won a medal. She jokes she reminds Emery that he got involved because she was there first and he got jealous of her and her accomplishments. Emma finished 5th at last year's state meet as a freshman, and Coach Winters relies on her to help with the throwers. Emma says this group provides a support system and they push each other to their limits because they all want to be the best in the squad.
Stay with us. More Villages lifestyle news is coming up right after this on VNN.
When cleaning your air ducts, it's important to clean the entire system. An air duct cleaning from Stanley Steamer removes pounds of trapped dirt, dust, and allergens from your home completely. The cleaning improves your home's indoor air quality, keeps your home cleaner longer, and can even improve the efficiency of your HVAC system. We want you to have the cleanest and healthiest indoor air possible. So call for a free inspection today.
Stanley Steamer gets your home cleaner.
This is VNN.
For all of you runners out there and those of you who are still maintaining your New Year's resolution to walk or run, here's an opportunity for you. Registration is now open for the final race in the 2022-2023 Running of the Square Series. The 3.1-mile run walk will be held at Spanish Springs on Saturday. The race will start at 8 a.m. and medals will be awarded to the top 3 finishers in each age and gender group. You can register at La Hacienda Recreation Center or go online to districtgov.org. Click on Recreation underneath the Department tab at the very top of the page and look for Running of the Squares. If you sign up by Wednesday, the cost is $25, which includes a t-shirt while supplies last, a race packet, and finisher's medal. After that date, the cost will be $30. If you completed the other 2 Running of the Squares races from this series, this is your chance to earn the final interlocking medal. When it comes to outdoor activities like 5Ks, the Villages is filled with them. The Villages Recreation and Parks outdoor excursions remain as popular as ever with guided fishing, kayaking, and nature pontoon boat tour experiences on beautiful Lake Sumter. The excursions began in 2018. Captain David Weston is the recreation leader of outdoors for the department. He says so many people have been taking advantage of the opportunities to get outside and to enjoy all that the department has to offer. The guided fishing excursions allows up to 4 people to board the 18-foot boat for a 2-hour trip. The catch and release experience includes a guide, rod and reel, tackle, and artificial bait, along with experienced anglers may bring their own equipment. Village of Palo Alto resident Gary Leonard and his wife Joanne took part in a fishing excursion in January 2022. Gary says the fish are just off the charts, so it's absolutely worth the money since the lake is just full of fish. The kayaking excursion is available for groups up to 8, and this also includes a guide, single or tandem kayaks, a paddle, and a life jacket for each person, or you can take a pontoon boat ride for up to 4 people per trip. There is a colorful group in this community that dances in unison together while bringing joy to others. The Pacific Paradise Dancers is currently made up of 6 ladies dedicated to showcasing Polynesian, Hawaiian, Samoan, and other cultural dances. In October, we found them performing during the Heritage Festival, and last month they sported green during the St. Patrick's Day Festival. They also performed private shows too. They practice every Wednesday, excluding the third Wednesday of each month from 9 a.m. to noon at Seabreeze Recreation, and every Saturday from 9 a.m. to noon at Tierra del Sol Recreation. It's time now for a brief commercial break and more stories for you.
If you get a hearing test, you should also have what's called speech and noise testing. Most of our patients will tell you they have trouble understanding people when there's a lot of ambient noise. So if I don't test you in noise, how do I quantify your handicap? How do I pick the right technology to overcome that? So speech and noise is a big part of our test, but guess what? It takes 2 minutes. It's simple, it's effective, it's scientific. We do it. I'm happy to report that. The other thing that's huge is a cognitive health screening. We know that untreated hearing loss damages the brain. It alters structures of the brain. Well, if I put hearing devices on you and I get the signal to the brain, but the brain is changed, right, that impacts how well the treatment works. So when I screen cognition, when we screen cognition, we get this information about 3 different domains of your cognitive health. And then we test you again in 4 months, right? So I treat your hearing loss, you go through your adaptation and your rehab process. You come back in 4 months and I put you back on that device. And guess what? We're seeing improvements in memory and executive function. So not only do we listen to your problem and treat it effectively, we're also really big about outcomes and validating them.
The Villages Pops Orchestra, under the direction of Carrie Nichols, is ready to present Shall We Dance? The 60-member orchestra will get you dancing in your seats starting at 7 p.m. April 11th at Savannah Center. Purchase your $15 tickets at a Villages box office location or by going online to thevillagesentertainment.com. And The Villages is definitely the place to be when it comes to great musical entertainment. These are the bands ready to perform for you on Tuesday. That's all the news we have for you now. Make sure to pick up a copy of Tuesday's Daily Sun to read about a golf cart stunt team that is maneuvering throughout the community. Keep enjoying the Villages lifestyle.
Thanks for watching your VNN Lifestyle News Show.
Mellow Road CBD puts innovation first, giving you the newest line of CBD products in the market. From CBD-infused coffee to gummies, lotions, and oils, MellowRoadCBD.com solutions are designed to help muscle and joint pain, sleeplessness, and even aging and dry skin. Visit MellowRoadCBD.com today to learn more about the various ways they can help you live a balance of physical and mental wellness. MellowRoadCBD.com. Order now and receive 20% off with coupon code VILLAGES exclusively for residents of the Villages.
Rocking, dancing,
shake your body, baby, do that conga.
Relaxing, or romancing. Thank you for listening to Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.
The best mix of music, the songs you love. Your Village's soundtrack, WVLG.